Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you all along with me for a little visit to the Abu Dhabi Cultural Foundation. It was a very fun and productive day there. The place was renovated for over a decade and it opened as a children's library along with a 900-seater theater. Without a further ado, let's get on with the video. The Cultural Foundation is located in the Abu Dhabi city, and for me it took about 15 minutes to drive there. We do have to take a quick little walk in the sunlight to get to the entrance, but once we do, the ambience is very nice and calming. There's a little cafe to eat from if you want to fill your stomach up before getting into the library. Once we open the doors, the first attraction we see is the Children's Art Center. Right as we walk in, we can see a lot of books on display. They're very colorful and vibrant, which immediately attracts us to them. And there is a little information board talking about the Children's Art Center. There are many cool books on display, like pop-up books. And there was also a little area to sit and read books if you're wishing to. There are also very colorful little drawings everywhere just so that children could get very interested in the experience. And here, those little triangle areas you see, that is where children can sit down, pick a book, and just start reading there. There were also fun little activities like this little fan. It will show a little question on the top saying, what would happen if I pull this lever? And when you pull the lever, the fan moved. There was also a little display case with many little pop-up books in it. There were many pop-up books on Peter Pan, a lot of children's books. It was very attractive. Another interesting activity was there was these 3 lights which we could stand in front of, and as you can see, if we stood in front of it, there was a 3-colored shadow. The Abu Dhabi Culture Foundation has 3 floors, and each floor is dedicated to a children's library or some sort of theme. And there were also many information boards throughout the whole building. There was an area where there were art pieces by the Emirati female artist Najat Maki, and there were these green books which contain different artworks of her various styles. I also found this pop-up book very attractive. Jellyfish. We went to the second floor, and the first thing we saw was a display board with many different newspaper articles and different pictures from the past years. Once we kept walking, we saw this small area where you could sit down and chat, and if you looked at the ceiling, you could see that it was decorated with colored fishing nets. It was a very creative idea because it looks very attractive and colorful. I think the small seats were made out of bamboo, and it was a very cultural aspect. In this center of the atrium, you can see various pieces of artwork by the Emirati female artist Najat Maki. Then we went up a few stairs, and here you can see the theater balcony. As you can see here, there was a little seating area where you could just sit there and cozily get comfy and chat before we moved on. If you look on the ceiling, you can actually see how vibrant the fishing nets that were used to decorate the ceiling are. I found this photo, and I assume it is the opening ceremony of the Cultural Foundation that took place in the 1980s. Next, me and my family went to the Children's Library, which is the core of the Cultural Foundation at the moment. And as we walk in, the place is very vibrant with many different colorful decorations and a variety of shelves with different genres of children's and teens books. In a little corner of the children's library, there was this majlis seating area. I also found a small section of the library where you could just sit down, chill out, and read a few books and enjoy your time. I found some really attractive pop-up books and looked through them. There was also a small area in the children's library where there were fish and small little reptiles in cages, and it was very cool to look at them. There were these little drawers which you could open and look at the small little seashells feathers, and preserved honeycomb using a small magnifying glass. Once you go up the stairs, there is this comic themed space where you can sit down, take a few photos, make your own comics, or just sit down, read, and play some board games. Me and my sister took a few pics and we attempted to make our own little comic, as you can see here. My brother got distracted by these Lego sets which were a display. The whole feel of the library is very calm and cozy, and you can just sit down, take a book, and read on for hours and hours on end. You can borrow your choice of books by just registering with your Emirates ID, and the books will be free until the age of 15. That was all for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe, like, click on the little bell to get notified when we post. If you ever have any interesting suggestions for video ideas, I'd love to hear them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on another video. Bye!